Hi Geminis, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Today we're going to take a look at the upcoming week. This is going to be the week of August 25th through the 31st. Just a heads up to you, I created a short little intro video to the week and why the weekly readings may look a little different. Also like providing some astrological information as to why I believe that Spirit asked me to do this week's readings a little different. Guys, heads up, I'm a little nasally. I have some allergy stuff going on, so I have my hot water that I have here. If I have to pause or come back or there's a split, just forgive me. I'm just fighting through that. But speaking of, I was going to mention that to you, that before starting your reading, it seemed like there was a lot of noise, a lot of distractive energy going on. And so for you this week, the 25th through the 31st, you may notice that you are easily distracted. It may be like, oh, squirrel. You may feel like there's a lot going on, like there's a lot of background noise. You may feel like you're not able to really like grasp what it is that you're trying to accomplish or see clearly. Maybe some like smoke appearing to block your sight this week or your vision. But if you feel compelled, I do recommend watching the short video that I recorded as to why this week is different. One of the main focuses or the main goals of this week is to focus on the intention that Spirit gave me. And the intention for the week, which this hasn't happened before, so this is something new, which is why I'm making like a big deal about it, is Spirit told me to go deep until it's complete. Did I say Geminis? Because this is the Libra reading. You may be dealing with a Gemini, or that might be the distracting or distractive or disruptive energy that you're feeling this week. So let me explain to you how that just came through. So first of all, this is the Libra reading. This is not the Gemini reading. If I said Gemini, it was a mistake. But let me tell you how Spirit just brought that full circle. So what they're showing me is that the Gemini energy can be duality, but it can also be like bipolar energy. It can be confusing, especially for a Libra, right? You're a mutable sign. It can be challenging for me as a Pisces to be able to work through that, because it's like, is it this or is it that, right? And for you in particular, you want to be as chill and even keel as possible. So that Gemini energy could be coming through very strongly for you this week, which is probably why, and this is totally Spirit saying yes, confirmation, because all of the noise in the background around me stopped as soon as I started talking about this. And usually what will happen is my little sand globe thingy here will usually start to flow when I'm confirming something that Spirit is, saying. So like we have confirmation, but excuse me, Gemini energy could be very strong for you this week. Again, you could be dealing with it, Gemini, or it could also be about trying to come to some type of conclusion in regards to maybe some options or choices that you have. Okay, so theme of the week is to go deep until it's complete. For the air signs, I also have received some channeled messages. I don't know if this is going to come through for the other signs. I was told to start with you guys, and I have channeled messages for you. These may or may not have anything to do with the reading, but we're going to just put them out there, and then we'll see if it ties in. If not, just information for you to have. Excuse me. So I did hear that there may be a lot of crying going on this week, and that there's something that you all must be made aware of. There's a seeing through the illusions that's going to take place this week. Or for you in particular, what Spirit is saying right now is that you're going to see where the illusions were as you move through this week. So some type of clarity, but it's like you're going to actually be able to see the illusion as you progress through, okay? I heard night and dawn are near. There's transitions and changes, cycles of life clear the way, or clear away strife. For you, there could be a clearing away of strife. Come into a new life. Your ancestors are definitely locked into this reading, because whenever I hear rhyming, for me, that's always connected to the ancestors. Nearing the new and faring the end. I don't know exactly what that faring the end is, because I don't even know if faring is a word, but it's something that they said, so we'll see. And then I heard black and blue. The black and blue has come through as being like wounds or traumatic experiences, things that have been attached to us as individuals, specifically for you air signs, okay? So black and blue wounds that have been attached to you and that you've collected over your lifespan. And lastly, I heard, I heard challenging times are through, and they gave me two spellings of the word, like through, like I'm going to walk through this door. And then they gave me THRU, like the drive through. So it's almost as if you all are driving through or moving through challenging times and coming out on the other side. The last thing that was said was, what's next for you? And this seems to be like an open-ended question where Spirit is saying, what is it that you desire? Like, what is it that you want, air signs? Because that's what's going to come, is what you desire and what you actually seek out or align yourselves with. So let's try to dig in, okay? I'm going to keep this here just so that I can see the messages. All right, Libras, let's get to it. I'm going to start here. Forgive my hand, guys. I'm doing a new setup this week. I don't know why. I just switched it up. If you don't like it, you can tell me. You can say whatever you want in the comments. I don't care. I'm open to listening to whatever you guys have to say. I'm here for you in any capacity or in any way that you show up. So let's look and see what Spirit has for you. Just a heads up, I kind of been warning the other signs. These messages are probably going to get very deep and they may be triggering, okay? This may be deeper than some of you want to go. And then also it may be triggering for you. These cards that I'm going to use here, they are cards that don't have any words attached to them. Oh, yours just flew out. They don't have any words attached to them. They're just pictures. They're images, and Spirit channels messages to me through them. So, oh my gosh, guys, look at this. Look at the energy. So I typically don't even like to, like read the bottom deck energy, but I want you to notice this. Is this how you feel this week? Is this what's going on in your head? Because this feels to me very disruptive, very distracted, like a lack of clarity in your mind. You could have been experiencing this. Yeah, this is what you've been experiencing. And this card here that I haven't flipped over yet is going to be where you're going this week, okay? So just know that you're coming out of this energy. It feels like an inner turmoil, like maybe some mental conflict or chaos has been causing disruption in your life. It doesn't feel external, though. It definitely feels like it's just going on within you. And it could be in regards to which journey or path to take in life. Oh, yeah. This is sadness. All right, Libras. Spirit is advising you to journey through. I'm hearing journey through. And know that these challenges are working out for you. There's a connection to the divine it's coming through strongly. For some of you, you've been wounded by like spiritual teachers, leaders, pastors. And that could be playing a part or a role in this chaos and conflict within your heart. I am feeling some energy in my sacral and root chakras, my solar plexus chakras, the lower three chakras. I'm feeling a ton of energy. So for a lot of you, this is going to be about owning your power. Receiving your power. Aligning yourself to the power force that you are. Reconnecting to yourself is how this feels. For a lot of you, I'm hearing that this is actually a finding of your true self. Like you feel lost. you have been feeling lost. For a lot of you, you also feel neglected and abandoned, maybe even by spirit. Maybe feeling as if God hasn't seen you, as if God hasn't shown up for you. Maybe feeling like you've invested your all in everything and everyone else and not received any rewards in return. Now, this energy is coming up this week in order for you to bring it to the surface, because there's something here about not stuffing it. There's something coming through very strongly about not suppressing this pain that you feel. It's almost as if I'm seeing like you feeling like, sorry guys, like your hands are tied. Like maybe feeling like you don't have any options, or there's no way out of the pain that you've been feeling. And this could be because you've had a lot of outside influences, maybe in your ear. Maybe feeling like you've had a lot of people around you that have kind of influenced your actions and your behaviors. Possibly feeling like you haven't been seen too. That's coming through as well. Like feeling like you just are not seen. Like people just don't see you. Like people don't show up for you because they don't recognize that you're there. And that could also have something to do with you maybe operating out of some people pleasing is coming through and showing up for them in ways and expecting that they'll return that back to you. But I have to be honest, I'm also feeling a lot of shame in this card and a lot of grief. I'm hearing shame for past actions and behaviors. And it's almost as if it's a badge that you have taken on and worn as if it's wow, this is wow. Okay, let me so so how they're explaining it is like the Holocaust, the people that were in the Holocaust, how the individuals who had to suffer during the Holocaust, it's almost like they were given like markings or badges is how they're showing me. And it's like they're showing me like that red, I think it may be like maybe the Nazi red symbol, like those individuals took that on as their identity. The individuals who were being tortured, the victims, okay, not the villains, the victims of the Holocaust. They inadvertently, a lot of them without realizing it, wore the wounds as if it were a badge. And for some of you, your wounds could have become a badge for you. Now, how they're showing this to me is that sometimes a badge is worn with honor, and other times a badge is worn with shame. And your guides are asking you, which badge are you wearing? This pain is stored in your heart, Libras. The shame is stored in your heart. And there's a blockage in your heart chakra for sure. And it's directly correlated to your throat chakra. And it has to do with you blocking out your authentic self. And that's why I'm feeling the lower 3 chakras. There's a blockage there. The blockage is present due to shame. And Spirit is encouraging you that, you know, you're not alone. You're not the only one that has worn a badge of shame or a badge of honor. But that Spirit wants to almost like rewrite your story and give you a new name, like to allow you to wear the badge of honor, because that's the light that Spirit sees you in. Your team is like applauding you right now. they're saying that, yes, that badge was placed on you to make you feel shameful, to not allow you to operate in your highest potential. But Spirit is saying that your team wants to remove that shame and replace the shame, the guilt, the condemnation that you give and do to yourself. They want to replace that with a badge of honor, because you are worthy, deserving, and perfect just the way you are. They're saying very clearly there's nothing about you that they would desire to change. That every stripe you earned is given to you with a purpose and with intention. And it's all a matter of perception. That goes back to the black and blue wounds that they were showing me in the channeled messages. Those are honor badges, and you're looking at them as if they are shameful badges. Those traumatic experiences, those people who came into your life who disappointed you, that mother who was not able to love you in the way that you needed to be loved, that father who was not present, the love of your life who left you, or who you left, who you had to walk away from. The people who are no longer in your life, those situations happen for a reason. And the pain that you carry is actually a badge of honor. And it's not black and blue wounds that should be looked at as pain. But there's something about you suppressing the pain, you covering up the pain, or you wearing the pain. That's very strongly coming through. You've been wearing this pain, and Spirit wants to release this from you. This is how you can see through the illusions. And this is also why Spirit said that we're going to go deep until it's complete. This is the it, that shame that you're carrying. Whew. I would advise you to take a couple of deep breaths in and just allow the energy to dissipate. If you can imagine the energy going out through your tailbone into the earth, where it can be fertilized to create and produce something with life. I would imagine and envision that. I'm also going to ding my sound bowl to clear the energy, because that was really heavy and I don't want you carrying that. If you have headphones in, I would advise you to lower them. And on the count of 3, I'm going to clear the energy. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get to it. We turn a new page. That was a new leaf we just turned over, okay? We're seeing through the illusions. We're aware of that shame. If you need to go back and sit with that and allow it to actually process in and through your bodies, feel free to do so. But make sure you do it in a safe space, and make sure that you give yourself an abundance of grace. You hear me, Libras? Give yourselves an abundance of grace. Do not ever allow yourself to sit in that energy and saturate. And that's the mama in me coming out. Don't allow yourself to sit there, because you're made for far greater than this energy here. This energy is yours, but it is not. It's yours, but it's not you. It's yours, but it's not you. And I need you to recognize that. All right, Libra, so let's get back to it. You see the distractions? But that was a great distractor. And I'm going to tell you why. You needed that pause because you need to be able to learn how to process those feelings and not sit in them. And as a mutable sign, we tend to get stuck in our ruts and not know how to find our way out. And part of that is because we're so used to people pleasing and desiring or needing, seeking validation from others, that we tend to wallow in victim mentality. So I'm glad that that happened. These pauses and these distractions, and that actually may be a message from spirit. Yeah, that there's a benefit to distractions. Not all distractions are negative, right? We may look at it like, oh, this is terrible, this is a distraction, but it's like, no, that doesn't have to be a distraction unless you make it into something. It doesn't have to be a negative distraction unless you make it into that. Okay, there's a ton of, this is so interesting because I think it was Geminis who got this same message. And, we were talking about Geminis, but they got the same card here. This is the medicine guardian. Be open to healing information. And this is showing again that, there's some type of shame and blockage that may be preventing you from, it just came out. Why? I love spirit. And this Aries energy at the bottom of the deck, yes, that was coming through for you too. I'll talk to you about that. But it's coming through that there's thoughts, that your thoughts, not there are thoughts, but that your thoughts, which is also, Mercury is also Gemini energy. It's Gemini and Virgo, which, we're in Virgo season at this point. But that Gemini energy keeps coming through for you strongly. The way you think and the way you communicate to yourself even is definitely a part of this healing journey for you. It's a part of you going deep. There's some story that you're telling yourself that's actually not the truth. Your cards cannot be any more clearer, guys. You got the clarity card here. This is also clarity. Mercury, you create clarity through communication. You guys, your messages are so amazing. I'm amazed. And look at the bottom deck energy. Surrender. Surrender. This is, it feels very heavy, and I'm going to tell you why it feels heavy, because it feels like you're holding on to something that you're not supposed to be carrying. This doesn't feel like it's meant for you to hold on to it. It feels as if this is something that you've become attached to and you've identified with it, and it's become your identity, and it's some sort of pain or trauma, something like that, guys, that you've attached to, and it feels very terrible sitting in it. And the unfortunate thing is for me is I know exactly how you guys feel. That's the first thing. I know how this feels. But also, and I'm saying that to say that you're not crazy. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not lost. Like you're not an idiot. You're not neglected. Like you're not what you think you are. That's the part of this that's getting me right now, is the fact that I'm feeling the energy of someone who feels less than, who feels like a lack. And you're not that. Somebody has lied to you. The deceptive energy of past experiences, people, places, situations, they've lied to you. This is directly connected to this trauma. You see, you're directly, like you're entangled in, you're embedded in this trauma, embedded in this pain. And you want to be free. And that's how this feels. I'm feeling this. You want to be free from it, but you just don't know how. And so this week is going to be extremely powerful for you. If you go and watch that intro video that I recorded, it's maybe 6 minutes, maybe 7, something like that. But if you go and watch that video, it'll explain to you why there's so much intense energy around us this week. Okay, it's because of the bottom deck energy status. This is preventing you from being able to rise to your truest and highest potential, guys. That's freaking awesome. That's awesome. It's like the pain is debilitating for you. Like it prevents you from being able to move. It prevents you from being able to move freely. Like, it's something that is constantly restricting your energy. It's something that's like restricting your energy. It's almost like a stronghold is how this feels, guys. Like, it feels like you have something attached to you that's like holding on your legs that won't allow you to actually be free from, like, you're constantly being sucked into this pain, sucked into these thoughts, sucked into the ideas, sucked into the constant communication of, you know, telling yourself that you're inadequate, that you're not enough, constantly being pulled into this. And it's all because there's a lack of clarity. This is your breakthrough week. I'm telling you guys, this is your breakthrough week, because there's clarity coming in for you. Clarity is coming in regards to like the power and the authority that you have within you. The ability to take back control over your life and not surrender it over to others. There's an illusion in regards to the way that you see your own capabilities. It's almost as if, especially with this Aries energy here, that's the first house energy. That's also the ruler of the I am. It's all about the self. There's something in regards to the way that you see yourself that is an illusion. It's not the truth. And that's taken me right back to that shadow energy here, where you're carrying some type of shame or something. You're not supposed to be perfect, Libras. There's no perfect human. You're a part of an awakening experience is really about acceptance. It's about accepting the fact that I'm a human. I make mistakes. I'm not going to ever be perfect, but there's something about me that is so divine that it allows me, and you heard the emphasis on divine that I gave, because there is something so divine about us. For me, it's the fact that we're made in the image of God. If you're made in the image of God, then that means you take on his identity. You take on the identity of Christ. You take on the identity of God. And if that's the case, then we as humans should tap into that. In these moments when we see ourselves through this shadow energy of shame, guilt, grief of our past mistakes, which every single one of us have them, there's something in us. And that's what I believe too is being said in this Mercury card, is that there's communication coming to you from higher realms. This is like Archangel Raphael energy, the heart healer. There's information and communication. There's messages. Even in this message, there's messages coming through to you to pull you out of this energy, to show you how magnificent you are, to show you your own divinity, to show you how truly connected to spirit you are, to show you how loved you are, how important you are, how valued you are. There's no limitations, there's no restrictions, there's no shame, there's no guilt. None of that is greater than the love that God has for you. And it's a matter of accepting that. And that's where this comes into play in real time. Be open to healing information. So this is being open to allow yourself to receive information that can be healing. And a part of that is allowing the walls of shame and grief to fall down, allowing them to dissipate, and saying, you know what? I don't feel worthy, but I know that spirit has to have my back. I've been getting all these signs, these synchronicities. I've been receiving messages. People have been doing weird things, like saying, oh, I was praying for you, whatever, right? It's like seeing things for what they are and accepting them. Like, maybe I'm not a terrible person. Because this is what's coming through here. Forgive me for swinging the cards like that, but remembrance. Remembrance is all about your memory. It's all about the things that you have embedded in your body, those traumatic experiences that create that pain that you carry, that mask, those black and blue wounds, those scars, those badges. That's what this is, the memory of that. And with this card, it's about remembering the love, the losses, and healing from those things. When I think of this card, I always think about, because I always feel in my body like a sensation of past life, karma, and traumatic experiences linked to like ancestors that have been basically given to you as a badge and that need to be converted into something different. So this is all about you converting this energy, transmuting, transforming this energy, changing the energy, transitioning this energy from being pain, instead of remembering things as painful, instead of experiencing them as losses, appreciate them because of the gains that you received on the other side. I have a friend, and my friend told me recently that he doesn't believe that you can actually like carry, like, how do I describe this to you guys? He doesn't believe that you can actually carry pain from past experiences if you recognize the blessings and the gifts on the other side. So basically, if you have an appreciation for what you have now today, and it is far greater than what you had before, then there's no way that you can be angry or mad at the past experiences to where you still function in that pain, to where you still angry and you want to, bring it up or be frustrated about it. He's like, if you have gained more on the other side, then where does the anger come from in the past? Because then that would mean that you would need to be angry with where you're at today. And it makes perfect sense. But for most of us, we're like, no, I want to be mad because I want to be mad because that happened to me. We look at these things as losses. But in reality, the memory should be of the gains that we received from moving away from situations, people, places, and things that did not align with us. And for you, some of your experiences in the past have created these memories that are painful memories for you. And it has a lot to do with the way that you think about these things. Your thought process is going to have to change with that Mercury there. You also have this card here, which is in Capricorn. Okay, so this is, let me see, guys. This is Venus, I believe. Yeah, this is Venus in Capricorn. So this is about the way that you see love and the lens that you see love through. Remember, Capricorn energy in tarot is the devil. So this is almost like seeing love and your experiences with love in this very conventional, boxed in ideology. It's like having the idea that love is supposed to be a certain way and that people should treat you in that one specific way. But the reality of it is that it's not. It's unconventional. Love is unconventional because nothing is necessarily specific and in one certain way. With this convention card, this is about thinking and believing in regards to love and, beauty, things like that, in regards to thinking about those things. So it's like thinking about them from a perspective that is black and white only is the best way for me to describe this to you. So it's like black and white thinking. And that black and white thinking is not allowing you to operate in true freedom. Because the reality of it is that black and white thinking, that conventional way of thinking is stealing your vision. This is the sun in Pisces. And what this is about is being able to see the bigger picture, being able to see the higher calling. This is almost like the Hangman card. It's like seeing the bigger picture, allowing yourself to look up from the sky down at the events and the things that have happened in your life with a perspective that is non-threatening and non-conventional. Like, what am I missing? Digging deep. Piscean energy is the depths of the ocean. So allowing yourself to dig deep into the ways that you're thinking and why you're thinking those ways. And then allowing yourself to flush that energy out. Because the reality of it is when you dig into this energy, when you go deep into this, you're going to realize that the root of this energy for you has been trauma. The root of your vision, everything that has been created in your life, it's almost as if your life is being shown to me, like you're planning your life out, you're mapping it out, but it's all being mapped out through this lens. is through the lens of the pain. And that's what you need to be aware of. Thank you, Spirit, because Spirit said that there's something you must be made aware of. You must be made aware of the fact that if you view life through the lens of trauma, if you view life through the lens of shame, grief, guilt, condemnation, then you're not allowing yourself to actually enjoy the journey. You have this beautiful quest card here. This is about allowing yourself to ride off into the sunset, understanding that on your way there may be rain, may be snow, there may be storms, there may be tornadoes, there may be conflict, there may be chaos, there may be losses, but there will also be wins. If you allow yourself to open up to this energy, then you will also allow yourself to be open to receiving this healing information that's been trying to be communicated with you and to you. You are highly protected, highly guarded, and extremely loved. You are abundant. You are beautiful. You are seen and you are valued. And I can tell you all these things, but just like I tell my son, if you don't believe it for yourself, it means nothing. Your guides, your team, your ancestors have been trying to embed this information in you. They've been giving you signs and synchronicities to alert you to the status of who you really are. Trying to show you, it's like there's like this horn being blown where they're trying to get your attention. They're showing me like old school Renaissance, like out in the courtyard, somebody blowing the horn. That's what your team's been doing, trying to get your attention to bring you to a space of acceptance. You are valuable. This status card is indicative of individuals who are seen, who have a purpose, who have been placed here for a reason. You're not a lost cause. Life is all about the journey. And embracing this journey, riding off into the sunset on a deer, a stag, and embracing all aspects of it. These different tree colors represent the different experiences in life. And some are painful, many are painful, but there's also joy always on the other side of that. And if your perspective can be shifted, if you can allow yourself to surrender to this quest, wow, guys, your cards are beautiful. If you can allow yourself to surrender to this quest, you're going to notice that you will triumph over any and everything that is sent your way. The reality of it is you've already been doing this. You've already been overcoming every single obstacle sent your way. There's not one thing that's happened in your life that you haven't been able to accomplish and conquer and overcome like a boss. The fact that you've been able to do that in the past means that you're going to be able to do it in any other future events. Your life is not over because of losses. Instead of seeing it as a loss, seek it as a gain. Try to seek out the benefits of it. How has it helped you to become a better person? How has your perspective shifted? How has your communication with yourself shifted because of these events? And know that no matter what, as you surrender to the divine's plan, you will recognize that the sun is always shining in front of you. Whoo, Libras, this is amazing. I hope this is your reading. I hope, because what beautiful healing energy is taking place in your lives this week. This is beautiful. I hope that you feel encouraged, inspired, and motivated to, kind of grab your kahunas and keep pushing forward. And I'm not calling you a wuss or saying that there's anything wrong with you, because I, like I said, have experienced this myself. I know firsthand how this feels. I also know firsthand what happens when you allow yourself to step into this quest and find beauty in all things. You'll also be able to rediscover yourself in this energy and find clarity of the beauty that's been residing within you the entire time. The gift of you is beautiful, and I can see it. I can feel it in your energy. I can feel the sincerity. I can feel your genuineness. I can feel your kindness, your compassion. I can feel your tenderheartedness. Like, I can feel the love that you have for people. But I'm here to remind you that that love that you have for others is also the love that you should be giving to yourself first. And you're deserving of it, beyond deserving of that love, Libras. If this is your reading and you don't mind liking, commenting, and subscribing, I'd love to hear your stories. Or if you need clarification or want additional information, feel free to drop that in the comments. I thank you so much for watching. Thanks for putting up with all the distractions. Recognize that some distractions are positive distractions. They can be used to pause, to breathe, and to receive in that love and light that comes from Christ. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.